Creative Mom Kamela here from Creative Mom's Decant. Today we are going to play with two-part epoxy, seashells and sand from vacation, and this dollar square that I got from Hobby Lobby. So I am going to use it as my base, I think, for our two-part epoxy resin pour. Let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is mix these two epoxies. And I mean, it's been a long time since I've played in two-part epoxy. I am a UV resin person, but UV resin will not work for this project because it's going to be thick and it's in a colored, there's lots of colored elements. So usually you would measure this. However, I know that this is going to take both of these bottles. So I am going to go ahead and dump in both of these bottles completely. And that's why I grabbed this big cup here. And then I'm going to dump this part. So this is actually A, but it's equal parts on the resin I use, so it won't matter which is which here. And I do want to point out that with epoxy resin or UV, you've got to watch for air bubbles. So I am going to be very careful to make sure I get the majority of my air bubbles out so that I don't have issues. Because once you stir these together, I mean, you can stir slowly. I can't, but maybe you can. But so especially with this being two full bottles, we're going to want to stir this for probably 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm just dumping both in here, and then I am going to grab a popsicle stick from behind me and stir these together until both parts are completely combined, and they will turn foggy and then clear again, and that's how you know they're completely combined. And you really should wear gloves. And I should have chose a little bit bigger vessel. I had a feeling it was going to be close, but I'll be okay. And then I just picked up this, it was a frame, and it came in a 2-pack. And I think it's going to be perfect for this project. I can't find the other one at the second. I just flipped it over, and I'm using this side, and I wanted to keep the wood look. So I didn't paint it, but you definitely could. And then I just arranged my sand and seashells from vacation down in the bottom. And we're going to add the waves and the blue when we add the epoxy. So I'm going to get this stirred together, and then we'll see if my beachy theme turns out. So my popsicle sticks weren't long enough, but I got in here with a paintbrush that doesn't move anymore, so it'll be fine. I'm going to dump a little bit into this cup. Messy, messy. I'm always messy. And then I'm going to do my darkest blue into this one. And I am just using alcohol inks to color my resin. And this is Picasso's Sapphire. And I'm going to stir it in. And it's going to not completely stir in. I chose alcohol inks because I wanted them to have an iridescent look still. Alright, so once I have that stirred in, then I'm going to go ahead and grab another cup here and dump a little more in. And whew, I almost spilled over trying to do that. Don't do that. I did spill over. Messy me. This is why we keep wet wipes in our craft room. And I'm going to go ahead and use a little brighter blue on this one. So resins are messy. You don't want to try to make messes with them. Sometimes I look on the camera to see that I'm not getting you an angle, and it really is a hazard. I'm not usually this messy. Okay, and again, I need to move up. So I'm going to squirt some of the bright blue now into this cup. Yeah, these two blues are going to blend just like I want them to, so that's perfect. And I'm going to use the same stir stick because it's not going to hurt anything. They're going to kind of blend together anyway. And then we're going to be ready to dump. All right, so I'm going to move this out of my way. And I have my white and my hair dryer on standby. They're going to both be needed for this project. I have really made a mess with this cup this time. Before I slide that board back into this mess, let me clean that up. All right, the bottom of this cup is just filthy. So what I did is I layered my sand and my seashells and even a piece of driftwood that we found in here. The feather I'm not sure about, truthfully. We did buy the starfish that I'm using and the sand dollar. So we bought those. I love this little one we found. It's one of my favorites. I definitely don't want to lose it. And I made sure that everything was flat in here. And this is close, really. Can I get him? Man. So to arrange him down in here, I think I'm going to hold on. I'm going to use him for another project. It just doesn't work. So maybe, oh, but I really like it. It's going to be tight. I don't really want him to stick out. So I definitely want him to be the flattest that I can. And I tucked in that little chip on that one. It was fun to do that. So let's maybe move this really special one to the side. These were really hard to find. And I didn't find very many, as you can tell. I found this one. So our friend was really good at finding them. He found several. All right, and then just some favorite seashells or things. This was actually an oyster, but it was just really unique. So I'm going to go with my darkest blue up here. And I want to just pour slow. And I'm going to try to kind of keep it that away. And let it do its thing for a second. And then I'm going to go with this cup. And same thing, I'm going to try to pour slow. Gotta move that. Okay. And I want them to kind of mix together and to come quite a ways, almost to my beach line. So I'm going to stop that one, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I'm going to have to do some cleanup. I do have a little bit of that. I'm going to add this one back in. Alright, and now I'm going to add my one that's clear. So I'm going to start down here, so I definitely save my shoreline and pour this one in. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so cool. I'm so excited. And I really think that I want to get a brighter, darker blue. So I'm going to jump up here and just grab my alcohol ink without concern and run it through here. I really think I needed that. All right, and layer these back in. And you can use a brush. I'm going to completely lose this if I'm not careful. I already stained that end of it. I probably am going to lose it. So the starfish will pick up those colorants really quickly. All right, I think it is going to look really cool though. This is the first time I've ever poured resin huge like this. I'm a blank user. So what a fun project to put on the wall. That's the first time I've really done this. That is so much fun, and it's really satisfying. So my starfish is going to be out of the water, I think, or out of the epoxy. I'm going to go ahead and dump in the rest of this one and this one. The sand dollar is also picking up the colors, and I'm just going to roll with that. And we're going to grab our brush and do some, okay, these are gone. I'm going to get those in the trash and grab a wet wipe. Messy, messy. I am a messy crafter. I'm a messy cook too. But anyway, it all cleans. All right, so now I'm just going to kind of use my brush, and I want to take those. It really did stain the sand dollar. So just, I'm not sure I would do that again is even my point. I don't hate it. I'm going to embrace it. And all I'm doing now is swirling the waves into my resin. And so swirling that colorant around so that I get some waves. And I'm not too concerned because we're going to try a trick. No time better than the present on a project of my own. And we're going to get major waves on this, we hope. So let me finish where I'm happy with my swirls in here. All right. And then I'm going to take my white and I'm going to try to go, I'm going to wipe this. I may end up having to paint this. No, that wiped off fine. So I was thinking I may have to paint this frame because I splattered it, but the alcohol ink is showing just a little there. I may be able to just do a quick varnish on it. I think that would be cool. All right, so now what we're going to do is take the white. We're going to try this trick. I've seen it done on the TikTok, and now I have to try it. And you take your white. Ooh, I'm going to clean the tip of that because I had a little bit of pink in it, probably from last night's resin project. It was late, and I didn't clean up very good, to be honest. So wet wipe, I'm going to clean that tip up. And I'm just going to do a sample. I don't want to add pink to this project. Oh, it is adding pink. Maybe that wasn't from last night. Okay. I'm getting it. Now let's test again. Yeah, we're going to be okay. All right, so I want to do a line of white back here. And I want to do a line of white here. And then I want to take my hairdryer on low and get waves. All right, so I have to stay back here. I'm not sure I'm getting the waves like I've seen them do, but I am getting really cool movement. All right, I think I almost moved it too much this way, so let's move it back. I hope you can hear me. Oh my gosh, okay. I think I want to stop. I love this wave. So I think it's just a matter of playing to where you're happy. And remember, you can use your brushes and pull things that away also. So I'm just going to use my brush and pull those backs just a little bit. I kind of lost this one I liked. All right, I'm going to call it amazing. And I really want them to go the same way. And now I did that wrong. But I really think that this is the point you quit. This is super cute. And it's going to be a ton of fun on my wall. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it, but we will let this dry and I'll let you see how it looks all hard, because now it's going to have to dry till it's hard, and I will update with how long this takes. So I'll see you back when this is all cure. We are all done and I can't stop looking at it. I love it. I think it looks really cool. I'm excited to use it. It has, real close if you look, it has wavy textures in the blue. I think if I was to do it again, the number one thing I would do is probably not add these two with alcohol inks, and I would add more sand. So it pushed my sand I did add down, and it's there and it's really pretty, but it's really hard to see. So I think I would add more sand, maybe about halfway. So I'm in love. I cannot wait. I'm going to stain, I think, maybe paint white. But white or stain the outside of this board. But I think this project turned out really fun and will definitely be a great keepsake from our Orange Beach vacation. Have a joyful day, friends. Thanks for watching. Bye!